And today, 4 more of President-elect Trump's cabinet picks are going before senators after sparks flew during Attorney General nominee Pam Bondi's confirmation hearing yesterday. So she's accusing Democrats of bullying tactics. Senators grilled Bondi over her role in efforts to overturn the 2020 election, her views on controversial FBI director nominee Kash Patel, and whether or not she'll launch retaliatory investigations into DOJ officials who prosecuted President-elect Trump. NewsNation's Tom Dempsey has the drama once again out of Washington, D.C. this morning. Tom, there's no lack of it. Let's just, say that right off the top. But Senate Dems accusing Bondi of sidestepping some critical questions. But is that really going to impact her chances at getting confirmed?
Hey, good morning, Markie. No, I don't believe so, to answer your question, because look, on one hand of that hearing with Attorney General nominee Pam Bondi, you had Democrats raising concerns about her, loyalty with President-elect Donald Trump. But on the other hand, and perhaps more importantly, Republicans are in the majority. They spent the time with this hearing really praising Pam Bondi's experience as Florida Attorney General, taking on things like the opioid crisis. So again, two different approaches we saw with this hearing. On one hand, Republicans used the occasion to accuse the Department of Justice of being weaponized under President Biden and unfairly going after President-elect Donald Trump. On the other side, Democrats really zeroed in on Bondi's staunch support, like I said, of the president-elect, raising concerns he might want her to go after his adversaries. Bondi would not say whether she would investigate special counsel Jack Smith, and at one point, she faced questions about pardoning people charged in connection to January 6th.
Do you believe that those who've been convicted of the January 6th riot, violent assaults on our police officers, should be pardoned?
Senator, if confirmed as Attorney General of the United States, the pardons, of course, fall under the president. But if asked to look at those cases, I will look at each case and advise on a case-by-case basis, just as I did my entire career as a prosecutor.
Now, as that took place, Secretary of State nominee Marco Rubio was in front of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, telling his Senate colleagues that he believes China to be the most dangerous adversary the U.S. has ever confronted. Rubio also saying the U.S. has lost deterrence strength, which he believes factored into Russia's invasion of Ukraine. He also spoke about working with Mexico more to combat drug cartels. Rubio received praise from both sides after the hearing and is expected to see a smooth confirmation. And Markie, as far as today is concerned, 4 more hearings on tap for President-elect Donald Trump's cabinet. Those hearings not expected to be as contentious as the ones we saw perhaps yesterday, but we have some big ones coming up soon. In fact, tomorrow, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem expected to be in front of a Senate committee. We also have RFK Jr. still waiting to go, the Director of National Intelligence nominee Tulsi Gabbard, another one. So again, many more hearings to go, and we could see some sparks fly.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.